Since its humble beginnings, Google has become the world's premier search engine. But more recently, it's become even more than that. Today, it also happens to have what is arguably the most powerful and far-reaching advertising network in the world. Today, with Google AdWords, you can put your offers in front of motivated buyers as sponsored search results. This means people are seeing your ad at the very moment they're searching for your solution. What could be more powerful than that? Then there's the display network. Ever notice all those images and ads in the sidebars, top and bottom of almost every website you visit? And more banners mixed in with the content? Often retargeting ads for a product you recently viewed? There's a good chance most of those ad spots were part of the Google display network. When you combine the perfect timing of search result ads and the far reach of the display network with the very reasonable cost per click of Google AdWords, it becomes a must-have advertising solution. Here's some stats that paint a clear picture of why you should be using Google Ads. Google owns over 70% of the search market share. They officially have the world's largest ad network. Google's display campaigns reach a whopping 80% of global internet users. When people see display ads, they're over 150% more likely to search for brand or segment-specific words. And even if you're planning to just focus on organic SEO, you need to have Google Ads in the mix. Almost 90% of traffic from search ads is not replaced by organic clicks when ads get paused. For people searching with real buyer intent, the ad spots at the top end up getting around 40% of the clicks on the SERPs, or search engine results pages. And almost 100% of searchers go with businesses they see on the first page of the SERPs. So getting those sponsored results up there is a must. In case there was any doubt about the effectiveness of these ads, here's a few more stats. On average, marketers make $2 in sales for every $1 they spend on Google Ads. On mobile, around 70% of searchers take action within 1 hour, and 70% say they call businesses directly from Google Search. And yes, you can have your clickable phone number right there in the search ad. All these stats probably explain why over 70% of these businesses plan to increase their ad spend in the future. So, we've gone over why you should be using Google advertising in your business. Now let's talk about setting some goals. Establishing goals is critical to the success of your marketing. Countless entrepreneurs and businesses have set up an advertising account, run a few ads, and then let it sit untouched for months or even years. This is usually due to a lack or absence of goals. So before you even begin establishing any sort of strategy, you need to establish clear goals. Your goals should be specific, measurable, and attainable. They can be long-term, short-term, or a mix of both. Deadlines and milestones can be helpful as well. Let me give you an example. I want to increase my traffic and sales would be an example of a bad goal that will likely result in your marketing efforts petering out after a while, because there's no specifics or milestones. On the other hand, I want to generate 1,000 new leads by Christmas is an example of a good goal. It's specific, measurable, and certainly attainable. Below are some examples of the various goal categories you might be interested in for your business. First up, there's traffic to website, which usually means sales, leads, or content marketing. Probably one of the most popular goals of marketing is to funnel your traffic back to your own web properties and convert that traffic into brand followers, leads, prospects, and customers. So maybe your goal is to get people to a landing page with a free offer where they can subscribe to your list and become a lead. Maybe they're being sent to a sales page or an e-commerce store. Maybe you just want to do some content marketing and send them to your blog. Next, let's look at the social following goal. In this goal category, your aim is to build a large number of followers. This usually means likes in the case of a business or brand page, or it could mean friends if you're focusing on your personal profile. The main sought-after benefit here is to increase the number of people who will see your posts in their newsfeed. If you grow a large enough community, this can be very beneficial, and if your content is engaging enough to get a lot of traction in the form of likes, comments, and shares, you can significantly increase the range of your organic reach into people's newsfeeds. Paid advertising, either directly to your social platforms or to a page that encourages social following, can be a great way to accomplish this. Next, let's talk about brand awareness. Another goal that's less thought about might be spreading brand awareness and recognition. If you're just starting out, there's a good chance your brand might be in need of a jump start. If nobody's ever heard of you, a great way to increase recognition is to simply flood the web with ads that direct people towards unique, helpful, or entertaining content. and get your name, logo, and overall brand identity in front of as many eyeballs as possible, as many times as possible. If this is your goal, you want to avoid being salesy in the beginning. Ensure you're focused almost entirely on helpful, relevant, or entertaining content. Next, there's expanding existing audiences. If you've already got an audience, your goal might be to make it bigger. Paid advertising can be used to direct traffic to viral content like a funny video that people will share. Other ways to expand existing audiences can include driving paid ads to contests, sweepstakes, and gamification systems. Assuming your offers and prizes are compelling enough, incentivized sharing and engagement can be very effective. After that, there's enhancing or repairing public relations. Do you want to set your company apart in the public eye? Do you want to associate your brand with feelings of goodwill and community involvement? If any of these apply to you, then enhancing or repairing your public relations could certainly be a good Facebook marketing goal for your business. Often we hear about PR operations as being focused on damage control or repairing harm to a company's reputation. But it doesn't take a humiliating public catastrophe to make PR enhancement a good idea. This is a goal that any business can engage in. Non-sales related campaigns can include photos or videos that foster positive values and goodwill, or even involvement in social movements or noble causes. A quick note about the social movements: be careful not to alienate half of your prospects. Although you may be super passionate about something and it may seem like it's worth putting your company out there in association with a certain cause, there's a good chance that a month later when you sit down to do your bookkeeping, you're going to regret it. So just be careful how you go about that. Here's some more ideas. Did your business recently donate to a charity? Build a school in a third world country? Serve food at a local pantry? These are all things to send paid advertising traffic to. These don't necessarily need to be about things that your business participated in. They can be content about general things like a heartwarming video about helping the poor or caring for the elderly. Special holidays like Christmas, Thanksgiving, or Mother's Day also present opportunities to leverage emotions, foster goodwill, and enhance your PR. Finally, there's market research. If you're just starting your business or going down a new path, you need to learn more about your audience and your market. Paid ads can get people to vote in polls, take surveys, or even drive them to the comment section of a blog where they'll share their opinions. Ultimately, your goal should be to gather as much data as possible and come up with 1 or 2 ideal customer avatars that you can then base your marketing and product development on. All of the goals you've learned about in this section require some sort of overall strategy relying on the various types of advertising options. So that's what we'll be covering next. Now that you've got your goals established, it's time to start cranking out some quality ads. Let's look at some of the types of ads you can create and leverage in your marketing. First up, there's search ads. Search advertising is the ultimate perfect timing advertising method. These are ads that appear above, below, or next to search results. They're native ads, which means they look more or less like organic search results and blend in, except for the single word ad in a tiny box next to the URL. These ads show up based on keywords that are targeted during the ad creation process, as well as any other criteria or parameters you specified, such as geographic location. The great thing about search ads is that you're literally putting your solution right in front of people with a problem exactly where they're looking and exactly when they're looking for it. The value of offering a product or service at the very moment someone is searching for it is obviously priceless. What's more, you only pay when people click your ad or take another specified action like calling your business. And yeah, you can set up phone call ads. So even when people don't click, you're getting free exposure with your business name and brand being put in front of countless eyeballs. Next, there's search remarketing. As if search ads weren't already cool enough, with search remarketing, you can take your ad spend efficiency and ROI to a whole new level. Unlike standard remarketing or retargeting, which follows people around the web, search remarketing is still something that happens on the search engine results pages. It allows you to show search ads specifically, not just to people using your targeted keywords, but to people using your targeted keyword and who recently were on one of your web properties. What does this mean? It means you're fine-tuning your ad campaigns and your ad spending down to a super qualified group of prospects. This means more bang for your buck and greater ROI in the long term. Then there's display ads. Google's display ads appear on more than 2 million websites around the web. If your audience is online, there's a very good chance they're spending a lot of time on sites that are part of the display ad network. And it's not just sites. These ads are now displayed on hundreds of thousands of mobile apps. There are a few types of display ads. First, there's text. These are basic textual ads with a headline, a couple lines of text, and a URL. But then there's banner ads. These are the actual image ads that you see in the sidebars, the tops and bottoms of pages, and snug in there in the middle of content as you scroll down through a blog or forum page. And it's not just plain images. These can be rich media, interactive elements, animated images, and more. More recently, you can even put your ads right inside of Gmail. Finally, there's video ads. Arguably one of the coolest advertising developments in recent years, Google's YouTube video ads are an incredibly powerful tool. All you need is a short video, such as a talking head video or an animated video or anything like that, and then using the AdWords creation process, you can then make YouTube ads that display in front of relevant or targeted people on YouTube. Your video either will appear in the search results, in the related videos column, or even play automatically at the beginning of other videos using the TrueView system. Not only do you get to target and put these video ads in front of the perfect audience, but you only pay when people express interest in your ad. So, all these advertising methods are clearly great and present an incredible opportunity to help you grow your brand and your business. But none of this information is worth anything if you don't implement what you've learned. With that in mind, make sure you implement the steps of the following battle plan right away. Step 1. Determine your advertising goals. Step 2. Get your relevant web properties ready to receive traffic. Step 3. Do some research to determine the best keywords and other parameters. Step 4. Choose your best ad type and start creating ads.